So look, it took me 3 days to make this video on this watch. This is not the first watch I've had, but this is the first watch I've actually changed my lifestyle. Not only that it's very responsive, but it has a couple of features that are really interesting. So you have the calories burned and you have the steps. Now, yeah, a pedometer is not that fancy, right? But the fact that it has these goals and then you have to follow them and it tells you how well you're doing, it makes a difference between you sitting home and doing nothing and you going and doing something. Also, it has GPS built in. So if you push this button on the side, then it will go into a GPS mode where you could set up a certain activity and it will automatically record via the GPS. And it's the first watch that I've had that in 3 days didn't go to 50% battery, which also is very, very important because you don't have to charge it every day. That was the most annoying thing about most of the watches out there. In 3 days, it made it to 68% battery, so it will last a week, which is awesome. I think they've targeted for a week, and I think it's an awesome feature. Not to mention, it's also a health monitor. So if you look over here, the screen is very responsive, but it's a health monitor. And you could check your blood pressure, you could check your oxygen levels, you could check the weather, you could use it as a media player controller, so if you play music or something like that. And then also you could look at texts, you could get calls and things like those. I'm not gonna compare it to an Apple Watch or a Google Watch because I've never owned one of those. Those are way too expensive. But this one at 150 or whatever it costs, I think it's super reasonable for the things that it does. The sleep pattern is maybe one of my favorite things because I didn't really know how I sleep at night. Well, now I know. It records your sleep patterns and it tells you in the morning how much sleep you had. But I'm going to show you the app because the app is quite comprehensive. And this is the app. It's actually quite comprehensive. So the heart rate is really nice. You could see how my heart rate was throughout the days. The sleep pattern is really nice too because it tells you how you slept. So it gives you an idea of deep sleep, light sleep, REM, and how much I was awake. The blood pressure and the blood oxygen is also really nice. And it's actually pretty accurate. I've tested it against an actual blood pressure monitor in the house and it's pretty accurate as far as that goes. It gives you a low, it gives you a high, it tells you where you are. There are some other cards like the stress and mood. As far as the sports goes, so you could set it up for, I had two outdoor walking events, and then you could see this very, very well, and when I've done them, how long they lasted. It gives you a map with all the places that I went to, so it is definitely a GPS. As you can see, I've trained a lot over here on this area. And then obviously you have the device and you could set up all the changes to it through the app. I really, really like it. I haven't figured out how to hook it up with Strava yet, but the battery lasts pretty well. I went from 100% to 68% in 3 days, so it will last about a week before you have to recharge it. So in conclusion, the only thing that I would be careful is that it has a screen that is scratch resistant, but it will get scratched. Because I always work in the garage with my tools, I gotta find a way to protect the screen because otherwise I'm gonna scratch it. If I turn around the watch and I put the screen on the bottom, I'm still gonna scratch it. So this is the best solution that I found. I could take it off, but then it doesn't record what I'm doing. Because you're gonna fall in love with it and you're gonna like it. And if your screen gets scratched, you're gonna be upset. So take a look at it. I'm gonna put a link at the bottom of the video for those people that are interested. But yeah, I'm still discovering after 3 days things that it can do. And I kinda like it. Thanks for watching.